Post-match chat is live. It's the first one-day international that's just happened between South Africa and Pakistan, a first of a three-match series. It's going to be very exciting if the first match is anything to go by. It should have been a really simple walk in the park for Pakistan. They should have won by 9 wickets with 20 overs to spare, something ridiculous like that. But in the end, it went to the last ball. What a dramatic climax to the game. And to tell you all about it, we're here, as we always are, is myself and my two buddies, Arman Kirmani and Anam Nadeem. Incredible game of cricket. I don't think anybody saw that climax coming. It was almost like both teams were competing to try and lose the game rather than win the game, the way the chances were going against each other. But we'll get into all of that. Very exciting game. Arman, did you halfway through that innings and Babar and Imam are going strong, did you foresee it going to the last ball?
Anything can be expected from a Pakistani team. So as a Pakistani supporter, I'm never that confident. I'm unfortunately too experienced in watching Pakistan clinch defeat from the jaws of victory. And today they came almighty close. But thank God, thank Allah that we somehow managed to scrape victory. The record is now not 23-11, but 23-12. Well done, Pakistan.
They got there in the end, Anam. लेकिन बाकी यार आखिरी बॉल तक ये कैसे हुआ? I mean, I saw all those people on Twitter who were going on about strike rates, in the beginning. And I was like, yeah, lanat hai tum logo pe, kya baat kar rahe ho? Strike rates, like they're 44 for one after 11 overs. What are you looking at strike rates for? They're doing completely fine. Lekin end pe aakhri ball tak gaya hai game. Ye koi predict nahi kar sakta. Koi दुनिया की और टीम कर नहीं सकती पाकिस्तान के अलावा.
हाँ, तो पाकिस्तानी फैंस तो मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड हम लोग होते हैं, हमें पता होता है. जब बॉबी और इमाम बैटिंग कर रहे थे ना, तब लग रहा था यार ये कुछ गलत सीन है, मतलब हैपनिंग नहीं है. इतने आराम से कैसे हम लोग चेज कर रहे हैं, कुछ तो हैपनिंग होना चाहिए. और जब हम हैपनिंग की दुआ करते हैं तो फिर कोलैप्स आता है. कोलैप्स भी इतना अजीबोगरीब किस्म का हुआ है. आई नो
हैपनिंग भी एक तरीके का होता है ना. देखो, हैपनिंग ऐसे भी हो सकता है कि दोनों प्लेयर सेंचुरी करें, एक रिकॉर्ड पार्टनरशिप कायम करें, टेक एवरीबॉडी. ये वाला हैपनिंग क्यों नहीं हमारे साथ कभी होता है? हमारे साथ यही हैपनिंग क्यों होता है कि मिनी हार्ट अटैक्स की सीक्वेंस आती रहती है.
हम लोग यूज्ड टू, जो है हमारी टीम जो है वो मिनी हार्ट अटैक्स देने में ज्यादा उनकी बिलीफ बहुत स्ट्रांग है. उनको पता है हम सर्वाइव कर लेंगे. और मुझे लगता है वो फैंस को टेस्ट करते हैं कि कितनी सर्वाइवल इनका रेट है, कब तक बच सकते हैं. एक बॉल पे 8 चाहिए, सुपर. मैं तो दुआ गई थी सुपर ओवर हो जाए. मैं बाजिब खान और वो थोड़ा सा उस पर साइड पे चली गई. वो सुपर ओवर होना चाहिए था और मजा आता.
हाँ, हमारी साइड पे commentators, I think वो भी आक गए थे. बहुत लंबी गेम गई. It was a very, very long game. One-day internationals are turning into marathon affairs these days. But at least Pakistan is single-handedly trying to make the one-day international game relevant and interesting in 2021. But anyway, let's go to our moments of the day, guys. It was an interesting, very exciting game. Lots happening. Let's go with Arman. What was your moment of the day first?
My moment of the day was Danish Aziz getting his debut today, being selected, and then doing absolutely nothing with the bat, even though he was given such a great opportunity. Listen, we're just coming off this India-England series. और मेरी तौबा, मैंने कहाँ पे मेंशन कर दिया कि यार इंडिया अपने स्कोर नहीं कर रही है, and I think the gap is closing. आज के मैच देखने के बाद तो मुझे शर्मिंदगी हो रही है कि मैंने ऐसे स्टेटमेंट्स क्यों दिए, क्योंकि मेरी जो होप थी कि यार शायद पाकिस्तान कर दे. आज जो मैंने देखा कि हमारे डेब्यूटेंट इतना नर्वस, इतना घबरा हुआ, पहले बॉल में उसको रिव्यू, उसके बाद वो ऊंचे शॉट मार रहा है. मतलब कि just to see, what the SKY did there, what the Ishan Kishan did there, and then to look at our debutant, it was heartbreaking. We need to sort this out. And, that gap, it seems, in one game now. एक game हो गया और वो game gap इतना फिर बड़ा हो गया है, लेकिन बड़ी घबराहट हो रही है इस वक्त. लेकिन इंशाल्लाह पाकिस्तान आज जीत गए. We can't be that negative. थोड़ा सा celebrate भी करना चाहिए और इंशाल्लाह अगले गेम में हम देखेंगे कि यार नहीं, वो gap वाकई थोड़ा कम हो गया है. I hope.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we're getting so used to seeing debutantes and stunning performances straight away, and you bang on. Really, India had these fantastic debutants who came straight in and did the business immediately. Pakistan, Danish Aziz, not so much today, but hopefully he'll get another chance to prove himself. I hope it won't be a short-term selection. Anam, what was your moment of the day?
My moment of the day, I'll stick with it. जब शुरू टॉस पे जब शुरू में फोटोज आना शुरू हो गई थी दोनों टीम्स की, एक आइडेंटिकल किट दोनों ने पहनी हुई है. मतलब क्या सीन है यार. आप होम किट अवे किट का कोई कॉन्सेप्ट मतलब इजाद कर लिया आईसीसी. इतने ज्यादा लोग ट्वीट कर रहे थे कि इट्स 2021 नाउ और अभी तक होम किट्स एंड अवे किट्स का कॉन्सेप्ट जो है वो हम लोगों को समझ नहीं आ रहा है। एक जैसे कपड़े, कोई मतलब कॉलर का एक डिफरेंस किसी ने बताया था कि द कॉलर इज डिफरेंट, साउथ अफ्रीका और पाकिस्तान की कॉलर में डिफरेंस है, अदरवाइज कलर से लेकर वो जो साइड पे येलो पट्टी है, वो जूते वाइट, सब कुछ मतलब एक जैसा था, कोई डिफरेंस नहीं था, और दोनों खेले भी एक जैसे हैं। मजे की बात है कि दोनों जीतना ही नहीं चाहते थे, तो वो एक प्रूव हो गया कि दोनों टीम्स जो है वो टोटल ट्विनिंग कर रही थी आज।
Totally. I mean, like when you think about how much the game has been monetized now. I mean, सारी PSL जितनी हुई थी देखी थी, like they're making money every corner. There's donuts and this is sponsored and that is sponsored. Away kits are a very natural place to go to try and make some money from the game. It's a plausible game to play, way to go. It's not, मुख्तलिफ जो इश्तिहार होते हैं जो क्रिकेट में डालते हैं वो बिल्कुल फजूल, they're inserting them for no reason, no rhyme or reason, just to make money. This is an actual reason to make money and they're not exploiting it. I don't understand, what they have something against making money now when it makes sense to make money. Get an away kit, sort it out. I totally agree with you, Anam. I thought that was very bizarre. ऊपर से यार इतनी सोनी किट्सी वर्ल्ड कप दी उन्होंने खराब करके पेप्सी ला देता है सामने से, सारी मुल्क को शुगर लगाना है, पता नहीं क्या हो गया यार. I like it. पुराने समय में पेप्सी इधर लिखते थे, now it's just right there. South Africa, very beautiful, very nice, right in the middle. South Africa, Pakistan says Pepsi. I just
हाँ, तो साउथ अफ्रीका वर्सेस पेप्सी वाले जोक्स भी आ रहे थे, साउथ अफ्रीका वर्सेस पेप्सी।
यार चलो उस बैटल में साउथ अफ्रीका जीत जाएगा, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है।
नहीं, लेकिन साउथ अफ्रीका का मुझे लगता है क्योंकि बायलैटरल सीरीज में अलाउड होता है ना, आप अपना स्पॉन्सर जो है वो डाल सकते हो शर्ट के आगे। साउथ अफ्रीका बेचारे के पास स्पॉन्सर नहीं है कोई, मुझे लग रहा है उनका रीजन ये है।
यार डाइट पेप्सी वाले रख लें, आरसी वाले रख लें, बड़े ऑप्शंस है, ऐसी कौन सी बात है? They can find somebody. I'll tell you guys my moment of the day. I could talk about kits all day, but we won't. I'll tell you my moment of the day, and it's a little bit dull compared to you guys picking out debutantes and shirts and stuff. I'm gonna go classic. Barber's cover drives, man. It was just something else. Like something about, I feel like every time he hits a cover drive and I catch it live, it adds a day to my life. It's that exquisite to watch. It's just something else. When Barber got to 100, I don't know if many of the people picked up on this, but when Barber got to 100, the DJ in the crowd played the song Beat It by Michael Jackson. Right, and it's the most appropriate song to play for that innings, because especially in that second, the second and third of that innings, he was just accelerating non-stop and hitting the ball hard. The pull shot where he just took it, the cover drive, the balls outside, they just cut. He really beat the ball. It was a perfect choice of song. So kudos to the DJ who picked Beat It. What an innings. He didn't take Pakistan all the way home, but it was still spectacular. Chalo, let's get into the match a little bit. Let's go all the way back to the front of the game. Arman, 54 or 55 for 4. South Africa, Pakistan starting very disciplined. Looked like it might be a short game. What did you make of the game up until then?
I think that Hasnain was very, very good. I think Shaheen Shah Afridi is continuing this really rich vein of form for almost the last 2 years now. And I think we can't even say it's a rich vein of form. I just think we have to accept its greatness, and we're seeing it with another young Pakistani fast bowler. Hasnain, to be honest with you, I think he can get faster. He is bowling pretty fast, to be honest with you. I'm enjoying the fact that we've got another speedster in the making, and inshallah, I hope that he will continue to stay fit. There's a T20 World Cup. I think we saw him bowl pretty rapid in the T20s during the PSL. Now it's good to see him going over a 10-over period. And by the way, he wasn't very expensive today as well. He took a wicket. He was unlucky. He could have got a second one as well. There was a couple of reviews here and there. And I feel like this is a good traditional Pakistani ODI bowling lineup. We're used to seeing two paces, whether it was Wasim Waqar, then Shoaib Akhtar came along. And, we've had Umar Gul, obviously, Mohammad Sami. We've had some really good new ball bowlers that have a lot of pace. And I think somewhere over the last couple of years, Pakistan was struggling to really find that opening combination that was going to bowl with that white ball, with pace, and really, rough up the batsmen and make them in trouble. And on these South African bouncy wickets, it's exactly what the doctor ordered for Pakistan. And you know what? After 10 overs, they were really, really struggling, and Pakistan really at that point, but in control of the game, and really should never have let the game get that close.
Yeah, they were very firmly in control, and then a young man by the name of David Miller comes to the crease and changes the game drastically on him, because Van der Dusen was struggling to find fluency. Like, and he was hanging in there. He got that partnership going with David Miller, who was scoring out a runner ball and keeping the rate up. And all of a sudden, Pakistan didn't seem to have any answers. And then what went wrong for Pakistan in that middle phase, where really they should have, closed that team down?
एक तो मुझे लगता है शादाब के ओवर्स जो थे, शादाब को उसकी जो बॉलिंग फॉर्म है, ही स्टिल हैजंट बीन एबल टू रीगेन दैट, जो कि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है पाकिस्तान के लिए, बिकॉज शादाब के ओवर्स बहुत मैटर करते हैं. एंड वंस अपॉन अ टाइम शादाब यूज्ड टू बी आवर विकेट टेकिंग ऑप्शन. शादाब को लगाते थे तो विकेट आती थी. तो आई डोंट नो, वो मोजो मिसिंग है शादाब का. अगर आज वो स्कोर ना करता तो शायद हम थोड़ा इस बात पे भी क्वेश्चन मार्क डालते कि शादाब को टीम में प्लेइंग 11 में होना भी चाहिए या नहीं होना चाहिए. ही इज आल्सो अ वाइस कैप्टन दो. आई डोंट नो क्या सीन चल रहा है ये, बट शादाब का एक फैक्टर. और दूसरा हारिस राउफ. आई थिंक हारिस राउफ शायद आज खेलता भी ना अगर हसन अली फिट होता. हसन अली प्रॉब्ली पहले 2 ओडीआईज, यही न्यूज है कि पहले 2 ओडीआईज में वो नहीं खेल पाएगा, तो पहला आज हो गया एंड सेकंड वन एज वेल. सो आई थिंक दीज टू वर आवर वीक लिंक्स आज बॉलिंग में. और दूसरा, पार्टनरशिप जब सेटल हो जाती है उसके बाद आपको थोड़ा सा ब्रिलियंस चाहिए होता है फील्डिंग में भी और आपकी एक बॉडी लैंग्वेज में भी. तो पाकिस्तान कहीं ना कहीं जब वो पार्टनरशिप, और ये शायद हर टीम के साथ होता है, जब पार्टनरशिप लगना शुरू हो जाती है आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज जो है वो एकदम से गिर जाती है, और आप अगले जो पार्टनरशिप जो बैट्समैन जिनकी लग रही है उनको आप लेवरेज दे देते हो कि चलो ठीक है करते जाओ स्कोर, खुद ही कोई गलत शॉट खेलो आउट हो जाओ तो अलग बात है. सो आई थिंक वो एक फैक्टर है जहाँ पे पाकिस्तान को थोड़ा सा प्रोएक्टिवली देखने की जरूरत है. दो आई डू फील कि बाबर डिड वेल, ही ब्रॉट इन शाहीन एज वेल. जब पार्टनरशिप लगी थी, शाहीन का सेकंड स्पेल भी उसने करा दिया था इन सर्च ऑफ अ विकेट. सो आई थिंक दी प्लान्स वर राइट, प्रॉब्ली एग्जीक्यूशन नहीं हो पाई उस तरह से.
Arman, they managed to get to 273 in the end, which I think was past their wildest expectations when they were looking at 50 for 4. I mean, they were going to struggle to make 150, 200. 274, and we keep hearing that the average score at this ground is 224, that nobody's chased anything in excess of that in like 10 years at this ground. How are you feeling about Pakistan's chase at the midway point when South Africa's got 273 on the board?
At the midway point, we should be winning by 9 wickets. At that point, I mean, as a Pakistani, it's a very difficult question. As a Pakistani supporter, you have to change all the rules of predictions, because आप ये नहीं करते कि यार you know what, ये तो आराम से हम जीत जाएंगे. आप हमेशा कहते हो यार अगर 1 विकेट गिर गई तो आसिफ अली आएगा, वो तो बहुत हाई स्ट्राइक रेट पे है, अगर वो आउट हो गया तो क्या हो गया, दानिश अजीज डेब्यूटेंट पे, शादाब खान तो अंडर प्रेशर है, उसके बाद तो और ये वाली साइकोलॉजी हमारी होती है. हमारी वो वाली साइकोलॉजी है ही नहीं जो नॉर्मल ह्यूमन बीइंग और क्रिकेट टीम्स की होती है कि यार 9 विकेटें हैं, एक तो आउट हो गए तो क्या हुआ, 7 विकेट से जीतेंगे. हम सबको पता था ये बात कि अगर ये पार्टनरशिप टूटी तो यहाँ पे लाइन लगनी है, और वही चीज हुई. तो इट वाज नॉट, यू हैव टू बी ऑनेस्ट, हम we were not confident, and we should be confident because this is a good Pakistani batting lineup. And they've been pretty good in the T20s. Abhi 50 over mein, they're just a lot further behind, in my opinion, in their development as they are in the T20s, where they've now caught up. In my opinion, it's yet to be seen on the international level. We've seen it domestically, and in tests we're starting to see the improvements. But we do have a massive strategy. मैं एक चीज यहाँ पे और point out करना चाहूँगा कि pre-match, all the noises coming out of Babar Azam as captain and the Pakistani camera, we have to go for it. It's going to be positive, all guns blazing. That's the only way. That's the new brand of cricket that Pakistan. And I was so excited because I was like, yes, he's saying everything that I've been saying on PMC for the India series. I mean, saying yes, if Pakistan do this, it's so exciting. Babar bhi hoga. Imam ul Haq is got an average of 52 in 40 ODI games. Then we've got Rizwan who's in form, Fahim Ashraf all around. I was so excited. Asif Ali there. And then I saw today, they batted at an average run rate in the first, even after they lost the Fakhar wicket. I mean, South Africa lost 4 wickets in their turnovers. I think we scored less than South Africa did in the power play in our turnovers. So I felt cheated because I was like, this was not what we were told was going to happen. And this was the perfect opportunity with a low total, with a new batting lineup that Pakistan had, and they just simply resorted straight away, immediately, back to their old habits and tactics. And unfortunately, I really did feel cheated today, because I was really hoping today would be a turning point and we'd be able to showcase this new Pakistani team. So pretty disappointed, if I'm very honest with you.
Achha, and like, this is an interesting point. I would take a different perspective, because I think when you're chasing, you've got a lot more flexibility in your lineup. The problem with international cricket generally these days, particularly in the white ball format, is that when you're batting first, it's very hard to know what a good score is. You've got no context. You can look at historical context. Hanji is ground pe 300 bante hain, इस team के खिलाफ 320 बनते हैं, इस team के blah 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 blah. But ultimately, you don't know what's going to happen on the day. But when you're chasing, you've got all that context. You can see who struggled in what part of what innings. You know what rate you have to keep it to. Pakistan, okay, they were 18 for 1 after 7 overs. They recovered to, I think they got to 37 for 1 after 10, which was 6 short of what South Africa were at the same stage. But with Babar and Imam, surely they've got enough goodwill or records or, backing behind them to think that's probably the right thing to do. Had that partnership continued at the rate they were going, there wouldn't even have been any alarm bells at the end. But what did you think? Did you, like Arman says, he felt cheated, Babar making the statement about fearlessness. How did you feel about that, Anam?
Yeah, fearlessness तो तभी आएगी ना जब आप जिस तरह बहुत सी ट्विटर के ऊपर लोग वही स्ट्राइक रेट्स पे जो शुरू में इवन यू मेंशन्ड इट स्ट्राइक रेट्स की बात की. इमाम के ऊपर कोई डाउट नहीं है, ही स्कोर्स एट अ प्रीटी गुड एवरेज, हेल्दी एवरेज. लेकिन स्ट्राइक रेट का जहां मसला आता है उसका पावर प्ले के अंदर ये मसला है कि वो नहीं खेल पाता. पावर प्ले में आपको जरूरत है, आपका ओपनर है, फखर आउट हो गया जल्दी, तो इमाम को थोड़ा सा तो वो चेंज इन गियर्स वाला सीन रखना चाहिए. एक ही आउट था, आप थोड़ा सा रिस्क ले लो यार, क्या हो गया, मतलब इतना क्या. ही आई थिंक उसको अपनी विकेट की वो बहुत ज्यादा अहमियत है कि भाई मैंने आउट नहीं होना. लेकिन अगर आपने आउट नहीं होना, आपको स्कोर भी एक अच्छे रेट पे करने की जरूरत है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि चौके लगाओ, आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि छक्के लगाओ, लेकिन स्ट्राइक रोटेशन भी तो एक चीज होती है ना. अगर आप स्ट्राइक रोटेट नहीं कर पा रहे हो, एक सिंगल ले लो, 2 स्कोर बना लो, आपका स्ट्राइक रेट ऑटोमेटिकली 100 पे तो आप मेंटेन कर ही सकते हो. इमाम ने आज आई थिंक 51 का स्ट्राइक रेट था इमाम का फर्स्ट 10 ओवर्स में, फर्स्ट पावर प्ले में. सो आई थिंक वहां पे हमें थोड़ा सा काम करने की जरूरत है. वी कैन, देयर स्टिल मार्जिन. आज पहला ओडीआई आया था उस स्टेटमेंट के बाद कि जी fearless क्रिकेट खेलनी है, तो आई एम श्योर आगे वाले मैचेस में वील प्रोबब्ली गेट टू सी दैट. एंड आई एम श्योर इमाम के बारे में जब ये ड्रेसिंग रूम में बैठ के दोबारा चैट करेंगे, टीम मीटिंग में बात होगी, तो उस पर थोड़ा सा फोकस करेंगे. बट आफ्टर इमाम एंड बाबर, बाकी जो टीम में नीचे आना है, आसिफ अली, आई डोंट नो, आसिफ अली के ऊपर बात करें जी. मतलब आसिफ अली को अगर आप इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड की शर्ट पहनाते हैं तो सब कुछ अच्छा है, इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड की शर्ट नहीं पहनता तो उससे स्कोर ही नहीं होता. व्हाट वाज दैट शॉट यार?
Yeah, it wasn't, and certainly to the context of the game, it wasn't the smartest cricket. But that can apply to a lot of the shots that the bottom order played for Pakistan. They had this wonderful opportunity, like Babar and Imam. Like, we can disagree. Okay, you guys think Imam's strike rate? I think he got 70 odd. I think if he just didn't play, he also played a very bizarre shot across the line, and he's not the strongest on the pull shot. But I think with that 70, he was so close to shutting down his critics. But not quite there. Had he taken his team all the way, sub chop baithe hote, because uske bare mein kuch nahi koi kehta, but he's left that room for people to point out that critique. Acha bhai, that middle order, I'm glad you mentioned it. They crumble, and I understand that Arman, it's tough sometimes, and you mentioned this earlier as well. In Pakistan, not just Pakistan, we saw this with England in the recent series against India. When that big partnership ends, they've got a 150-run partnership. There's often a cluster of wickets. You expect a little bit better from that Pakistani middle order. What's going on with that middle order? Where's the problem? What do they do wrong?
They're confused. Mere hisab se, it's a strategic issue. They don't know कि यार T20 वाली version हम खेलें, Test match version खेलें. हमारी identity 50 overs में created ही नहीं है. इस वक्त it's just like I feel everyone is playing for themselves. कि यार अगली सीरीज मिल जाए, शायद 50 ओवर्स में अगर हम रन्स करते हैं तो शायद हमें कोई T20 वर्ल्ड कप ले जाए. वो वाली मेंटालिटी की मुझे इंस्टिंक्ट्स आ रही है when I'm watching this, that there is no, it's a bit clunky also playing 50 over sort of games when there's a T20 World Cup on the horizon. It's kind of a weird format right now because everyone is sort of gearing up for the T20. But I think Pakistan are really suffering because our number 3, our number 4, our number 5, we don't know whether we should play with a strong strike rate. When we're talking about fearless cricket, are we talking about just not losing our wickets, or are we talking about really going after the bowling? The thing I want to kind of highlight here is this South African team is not one of their strongest teams. और अगर हम यहाँ पे क्रिटिकल हो भी रहे हैं कि यार हम जीत गए और फिर भी कोई हमारे व्यूअर्स देख रहे हो कह रहे हैं यार कि ये खुश क्यों नहीं है कि यार साउथ अफ्रीका में जीते. हम खुश हैं, लेकिन वर्ल्ड के स्टैंडर्ड्स इतने हाई हो चुके हैं कि हम अगर ऐसी विक्ट्री को सेलिब्रेट ज्यादा करेंगे तो we're deluding ourselves. We want Pakistan to be one of the top ODI nations in the world, like it has been in T20 cricket, like it has been in Test cricket over the last 5-6 years. It's achieved those objectives. ODI में we basically struggled to qualify for the 2019 World Cup. ऐसे moment भी आया था कि यार कि हम शायद qualify ना करें. We were that far behind. And now with the improvements that we're making, I want to see Pakistan competing with the best of the best. तो ये जो immature sort of tactics हैं और ये जो selfishness जो मैं कहूँगा कि मैंने ये चीज इंडिया के बैट्समैन ने भी कही थी. तो I have to say the same thing for Pakistan. I feel the experienced players are playing at slow strike rates to protect the averages, to bat long. I can hear justifications कि यार 275 इतना बड़ा score नहीं है, take it easy. लेकिन ultimately, when are we ever going to develop the ability to chase 320, 350 when we are not able to increase the strike rates in a power play? When we come across the strongest teams of the world, which is what this series really should be about. When you're bringing in new players, a new format, a new fearless attitude, तो भाई दिखाओ ना भाई. Don't be afraid now because you're saying you're fearless and you're playing fearful cricket.
This is another issue with this series as well. And like Armand pointed out, it's a weird time to play one-day international series. Lekin, koi khel nahi raha one-day cricket yaar. Abhi South Africa, this is their first limited overs game, one-day international game in this new cycle for the World ODI World League. It's their first games in this new cycle. Pakistan have played 5 games in this cycle, which is still less than almost every other country in the world. So it's understandable that people are neglecting. I'm thinking the last time I vividly recall watching Pakistan play really well was the World Cup 2019. They won 4 games on the bounce. They looked really strong. They beat both of the teams that went into the World Cup final. They beat New Zealand, they beat England. And in difficult scenarios as well, they weren't defending massive totals, but they got there. तो इस पाकिस्तान की टीम में इस वक्त गैप्स क्या हैं और ये ऊपर से ये जो वनडे फॉर्मेट है इसमें इस वक्त अभी 2 before the next cricket world cup, the 50 over world cup, there's 2 T20 world cups to come. तो इसकी वजह से कोई आइडेंटिटी क्राइसिस हो रहा है पाकिस्तान की टीम में क्योंकि 50 ओवर को अप्रोच कर 50 ओवर को प्रायोरिटी नहीं दी जा रही. Is that a case, Anam?
हाँ, ये कह भी सकते हैं. और वैसे तो आखिरी 10 ओडीआईज में पाकिस्तान सिर्फ 1 हारा है. अगर उस तरह से देखा जाए तो वो भी सुपर ओवर जो जिम्बाब्वे वाला था, बिजार मैच था वो भी. खैर यार, मुझे लगता है कि जिस तरह टीम सिलेक्शन की जब बात आती है, आज अगर हम देखें, ठीक है, गैप्स की तो मैं उस पर भी थोड़ा सा फोकस कर लेती हूँ, लेकिन आज हम अगर टीम सिलेक्शन पे भी जाएं, आई वाज रियली सरप्राइज्ड कि हैदर अली को इंक्लूड करने की बजाय दे प्रेफर्ड आसिफ अली. आसिफ अली वनडे टीम में सूट नहीं करता. आपने उसको पहले भी खिला लिया, आज से पहले 19 वनडे मैचेस वो खेल चुका है और आसिफ अली उस तरह से डिलीवर नहीं कर पाया. आसिफ अली इज मोर सूटेड टू द T20 फॉर्मेट. छोटे फॉर्मेट का प्लेयर है. आप उसको वनडे टीम में क्यों एडजस्ट कर रहे हो? अगर आप अगर साउथ शकील इंजर्ड ना होता तो आसिफ अली वनडे स्क्वाड में होता भी ना. सो ही वाज नॉट इवन योर फर्स्ट चॉइस प्लेयर फॉर दिस टूर, फॉर द ओडीआई कैंपेन. So why did you leave Asif Ali out, Haider Ali out and played Asif Ali? That's my first concern. Misbah और बाबर जो हैं वो उनको इस चीज पे थोड़ा सा अकाउंटेबल ठहराना पड़ेगा या उनका थॉट प्रोसेस इसके पीछे क्या है. We need to know कि हैदर अली को क्यों नहीं खिलाया गया. उसके अलावा अगर अब जाके ये सोच रहे हैं कि हमें 350 को टारगेट करना है, बाबर बोल रहा है कि 350 हमारे जहन में है कि अगर हम पहले बैटिंग करेंगे तो 350 होना चाहिए, उसके लिए इट्स गोना टेक टाइम ना. ओवरनाइट तो नहीं हो जाएगा. ऐसा तो नहीं कि आज सोचा, आज के मैच में खेला और आज ही वो आपको देखने में वो नजर आ जाएगी, इम्प्लीमेंट हो जाएगी स्ट्रैटेजी. इट्स गोना टेक अ व्हाइल फॉर प्लेयर्स टू इवन अंडरस्टैंड कि यार अच्छा अब टीम ये चाहती है हमसे कि हम ज्यादा फेयरलेस होकर खेले. इट्स इवेंचुअली गोना शो अप but it's going to take a while. आज आप कह सकते हैं कि एक शुरुआत है. This is like मैं ऑफ कैमरा बोल रही थी, रिकॉर्डिंग बोल रही थी कि this is apparently our 3rd joint highest run chase outside Asia. So I mean 274 चेस कर लिए, बहुत एक ठीक है जिस तरह से किया वो एक अजीब बात है, लेकिन स्टिल दिस इज ह्यूज फॉर अस कि 274 रो के भी चेज हो गया है, वरना नहीं चेज होता यार हम लोगों से.
हाँ, you're right. I mean, एक तरफ से देखा जाए तो they should have done it much more comfortably than they did. But एक तरफ से देखा जाए, they did it. They absolutely got there, and they got there in the face of some very decent South African bowling. I thought they kind of really maxed their potential. The South African bowlers, Kagiso Rabada at the top was fantastic. But we expect that from Rabada. Anrich Nortje, I think he surprised a few Pakistanis today who they didn't fear him as much. Bowls quick, puts it on that dodgy length that that you're either going to smell the leather or you're going to be looking for it down below. He was so potent. The delivery that he whipped past, I think it was Fahim, the short one where he couldn't do anything other than edge it to the keeper. There was no other outcome.
The debutant.
Oh, sorry. No, yeah. Imagine
Danish,
him on
Danish,
debut.
yeah,
I mean,
Danish, yeah,
poor
exactly.
Danish Aziz. I feel so bad for Danish Aziz. That ball you get on your debut, like, what are you going to do with it? A lot greater, a lot more experienced batsmen have got to add to it. How good was that spell from Nokia Arman?
Very good. And it's great to see South Africa exploiting their home conditions to their fullest extent. This is why they are a tricky team for any Asian team visiting, because that extra bounce, that sea movement. So absolutely superb. Lekin main phir bhi kahunga ki as great as South African bowling is, मेरी expectations हमेशा पाकिस्तान की साइड से ज्यादा रहती हैं that they should be able to negotiate these situations. मतलब कि ये पहला time नहीं है कि they're going to a bouncy wicket. मतलब कि how many times do they have to go to Australia and South Africa and work out how to play sort of it's crazy. Like we talk about this every single time, and like they must just invest in, I don't know, कोई मैट होगा यार जिस पे आप पटको और वो बॉल उड़ती है, आप उसकी ट्रेनिंग कर लो. मतलब कि इन लोगों ने, मैंने आपसे ग्रुप में भी हमने बोला था before the series, they were playing practice matches at the Gaddafi, and I said to you, what use is this going to be कि आप लाहौर के Gaddafi stadium में practice matches हफ्तों से हफ्तों खेलें, team Babar versus team Shadab, और फिर you come here and you can't fend off a ball that's bouncing. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Please come to 2021 यार. मतलब कि कितनी बड़ी तीन वर्ल्ड कप 3 साल में हमें खेलने हैं और हम एक बाउंस के ऊपर एक्सक्यूज फिर बना रहे हैं यार. खुदा के लिए मत go to Hanam यार, please.
I get it. Arman is really struggling with that approach. I'm very happy they got the win. It was so back and forth at the end as well, and you feel for South Africa because they really pulled that game back. They had no right to be in that game when Babar and Imam were going, full guns, in complete control, both playing beautiful shots, exhibition cricket almost. Then Babar gets his ton and edges one behind, and then soon thereafter, Imam is gone as well. Now you got 2 new batsmen. You still think, oh, we got Rizzi, Asif Ali's he can hold a bat, can't he? Fahim Ashraf is decent. You're thinking, oh, we got this. You're still thinking you got this. It goes all the way down to 7 wickets in the last ball. The moment that I want to highlight from there is that no ball to Shadab. I think it was Shadab who was on strike, and he got the no ball. And he, have you ever seen anybody get bowled out and just look completely confident, that confident on him? Like he just went, nahi koi baat nahi, board kar diya, koi baat nahi, no ball hai, mujhe pata hai. And they had to check it. It wasn't, theek hai, no ball thi, but they had to check it. It wasn't like a guaranteed no ball. The way he just played it off was like, oh, mujhe pata tha. Like, what did you make of that moment?
थोड़ा सा हिलेरियस वाला सीन भी था, और लेकिन मैं शदाब की वो कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल की बात है, वो जब किसी भी अपील वो करता है ना, जब भी दैट चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी युवराज वाली अपील एज वेल कि भाई आउट आउट ले लो, रिव्यू करो. सो आई थिंक उसको बड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस है उस चीज पे. और अगर रिजवान और शादाब की वो पार्टनरशिप ना लगती तो फिर मैच गया था, मतलब जा ही रहा था. ये पार्टनरशिप रिजवान और शादाब की ही है जिसकी वजह से इज्जत रह गई है, वरना बहुत मुश्किल सीन था.
It's a game of fine margins. Pakistan managed to win it on the last ball by 3 wickets. They take a lead 1-0 in this series. So you know what I'm going to ask you guys. This 3-match series. Let's get some predictions out there. And everybody watching, I encourage you to comment on this video with your predictions as well. Will Pakistan continue their winning ways in this tournament? Will South Africa come back strong? What do you think? Before I ask you, I'm going to ask you, Arman, what's going to be the score in this series? 1-0 to Pakistan so far. Who's going to win the next match and who's going to win the series?
Obviously Pakistan 3-0. What kind of a question is that? यार देखो हमारे viewers कहेंगे यार जब कोई भी सीरीज हम करते हैं उसके बाद हम बड़े नेगेटिव थे जब इंग्लैंड जीतता है, बड़े नेगेटिव थे जब इंडिया जीतता है. अब आप जान लो हम बायस नहीं है, हम पाकिस्तान की विक्ट्री के दिन भी उतनी नेगेटिविटी देंगे. तो 3-0 पाकिस्तान. लेकिन I look forward to being 2-0 on Sunday, और उसके बावजूद मैं आपको बहुत सारी क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस दूंगा इंशाल्लाह.
Yeah, we don't doubt that for 1 second. I told you he's the Glenn McGrath of Pakistani cricket. It's always the zeros. It's always the dominant predictions. Anam, अगला मैच कौन जीत रहा है? सीरीज कौन जीत रहा है?
यार अगला मैच साउथ अफ्रीका को जिताते हैं, ठीक है, और उसके बाद इनको कोई ना कोई तरीका ढूंढना है रजी वैंड डुसॉन को आउट करने के लिए. एक तो साउथ अफ्रीकन नाम जो है ना वो इतने मुश्किल है लेना. मुझे कभी-कभी लगता है कि पता नहीं हम किस तरह से प्रैक्टिस करें साउथ अफ्रीकन नामों की. और जितने भी कमेंटेटर्स हैं वो भी सब अलग प्रोनाउंसिएशन से नाम लेते हैं, तो कभी-कभी बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है कि करेक्ट प्रोनाउंसिएशन क्या है. खैर I think South Africa will bounce back in the next match.
Yeah, and then Pakistan will win the series 2-1. Is that what you're saying?
अगले मैच के बाद बताऊंगी. तीसरे मैच का अभी नहीं प्रेडिक्ट कर रही मैं.
Chalo, theek hai. And the pronunciation thing is quite interesting actually, because like Peklequeo, I didn't know how to say his name when I first commentated on a game he was playing in, and I asked a senior South African commentator, I'm like, how do you pronounce his name? He just looked at me and went, I don't know. So like he had no confidence whatsoever. But eventually I spoke to Wayne Parnell, South African player, and he told me it's Peklequeo. That's how you pronounce it, Peklequeo. The letters Peklequeo. Even people say Kagiso Rabada. It's Kagiso Rabada. You got to put the Arab in there a little bit, Kagiso Rabada. बहरहाल अभी पूरी सीरीज है आप लोगों को सिखाऊंगा कि साउथ अफ्रीका के नाम कैसे रहते हैं. डोंट वरी, मैं इसी काम के लिए हूँ, जनूबी अफ्रीका के लिए हूँ मैं इधर. My prediction, by the way, is I think Pakistan will win the series 2-1. They'll definitely lose one of these next two games. I don't know which one. I think maybe the next one. Maybe they have to bat first. And to be honest with you, I'd like to see them bat first and respond to having to defend a total as well, which has proved so difficult in modern times if your name's not India. So let's see Pakistan face that test. Dekhte hain. Next game is on Sunday. We'll hopefully be back to our regular format. Apologies if you missed the bells and whistles. Kabhi-kabhi hame bhi thoda alag kaam karna padta hai. But we hope you enjoyed the episode nonetheless. Thanks again to Arman and Anam. Lovely chatting to you guys as always. Before we go, Arman, go on.
Sorry, one thing. We have a lot of Indian viewers, and I want to send my heartiest speedy recovery wishes to the legend Sachin Tendulkar, who I know has been admitted in a hospital, and he is, he's a massive legend in India, but he's a massive legend all around the world, including Pakistan. My favorite batsman from Asia for sure, and very sad news to hear, and very worrying news when he goes in. But all our prayers are with him, and wish that he has the speediest of recoveries and beats it just like he beat the whole world with his cricket bat.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can all second that. Best wishes and wishing good recovery, a speedy recovery to Sachin Tendulkar. And there's a lot of cricketers that have suffered recently because of COVID and various illnesses, and we send our wishes to all of them, because even if we say anything negative about somebody, it's not personal. It's just business, as they say. We wish all the viewers around the world that are watching, we hope you're well and you're looking after yourselves. It's a difficult time for the world, so if you get a moment, be nice to somebody, be nice to yourselves. We'll be back on Sunday with more cricket stuff. Until then, post-match chat is done.